Hello, welcome back. It's time for more Ratropolis. We got the Shaman today. Oh no. Let's begin. Yeah, Ratropolis though. I'm excited. You know me. You probably know what I'm about to say. Yo, I'm excited. It's time to play Ratropolis. I love doing these recordings. Just finished the stream. I ended it a little earlier because I got plans tomorrow to meet my friend at a new restaurant in town. Well, new-ish. It's been around for like a month or two now. But, you know, we're meeting at like a little earlier than I normally get up, so I'm recording this episode 3 a.m. on the 13th. AKA, I mean, if you're watching this episode right when it goes up, I'm recording this 5 hours in the past, which makes it like a lot less weird to me, right? This is the thing. This is what I really realized about recording for YouTube in general is like I sit down, I look at what it is. Someone actually came into my stream today, someone who's a regular, and they said, "Hey, I started watching your Stone Shard series," and they started talking to me about things that happened in the Stone Shard series, and I went like, "Oh my god, I recorded that like 2 weeks ago. I have no idea what happened." Whereas, you know, I read a comment on, like I read your comments in the morning for this morning episode of Ratropolis, and you know, I'm like, oh yeah, I remember more or less what happened in that episode. Whereas, you know, if you were to go back and comment on like episode 12 of this series, I have no fucking idea what happens in episode 12 of this series. We're gonna go steal. You're gonna offer me a steal from the first wave, I'm gonna take it. That's all there is to it. Oh, I accidentally stole. Oops. That's not great, but eh. But no, it was I had that moment of like, oh, isn't that strange? I have no idea. He's talking about like, oh man, I love the way the episodes are all messed up in the Stone Shard series, because I got super flooded. Not flooded, but like I thought that episode 2 was it was very confusing. I thought that I was ending episode 2 at a reasonable spot, and then I realized, oh hey, I think this is just like there's one more minute of gameplay where I have to go fight the boss. So I canceled the ending of episode 2. I was like, oh, actually, I'm not going to end this episode here because I think that we're about to be finished. And then I went into the next room, and it wasn't the boss. There was still more dungeon to do. Should have taken card remove there, but I'm just on instinct. You know how it is. There's just more dungeon to do, and then, you know, I basically over the course of the episode, I ended the episode like 3 times before finally, I said my all right, goodbye, time to see you tomorrow 3 times, and I was like, well, I guess I'm actually gonna end it now. You know, it was a mess because I didn't know where the level ended. I had no idea. The extra 10 gold isn't killing me. I added druid, right? I don't know if I've done an episode clickbaiting druid, so that's what we're doing today. If I haven't, I know what the title for this episode is. If I have, shit, dude, what the hell? I guess I'm taking the advisor. Oh, yeah, I mean, I've been meaning to take destroyer. I'm not too salty about that. I've been meaning to pick up armored knight and give him a go, because I haven't given armored knight a shake in a while. So this is his chance to shine. This is armored knight and druid, the episode. I'm a little sad. I mean, here's the thing. If I'm gonna keep making the titles the way I am, where I'm trying to give like a title that, if you're not already committed to watching these Ratropolis videos, like if these aren't a part of your routine, a title that's gonna make you, like, if you see it in the sidebar after watching a Ratropolis episode, you're gonna go, oh, I want to see what that one's about, right? So like I tried that's my thought process behind the title. It's like, oh, I wonder. Say you're watching some old Ratropolis video from someone else. I'm not doing the chart tonight. I don't care. I'm just gonna remove a card. You're watching some Ratropolis episode, like from some, I don't know if anyone's. I should look, but I have no idea if anyone else is doing Ratropolis content right now on YouTube. If you know, please tell me. If you make Ratropolis content on YouTube, like, let me know. Please do. I don't necessarily want to watch much Ratropolis. I gotta be honest with you. I often struggle with watching people play games that I'm making content for. Right? Like, I try and I try. The main game, if you don't know, the main game that I stream, the game that has built me the most of my following is Slay the Spire. If you don't know what that game is, it's a, you know, you probably do. If you're playing Ratropolis, you probably know about Slay the Spire. If you don't, like, holy shit, do I have a game for you. You gotta check out Slay the Spire, dude. It's maybe the best game to come out in the last 10 years. I don't know. That's a pretty big claim, but like the game is really good. The game is really, really, really good. Now, like I don't wanna take it from the angle of like, oh well Mass Effect had a great impact on the industry or anything like that, right? Like you can make the argument for any of the big name games. Mass Effect 2 is wonderful. Dragon Age Origins, I don't know if that came out in the last 10 years. That might be 2009, I don't remember. You know, but Slay the Spire is so good if you haven't played it. Like, it is truly incredible. I thought, let me put it like this. I thought when I put 300 hours in The Binding of Isaac Rebirth, that was like, oh man, I've put a lot of time in this game. I don't know if I'll ever put more time than this into a game. But I've put like 900 hours in Slay the Spire. Now, I should note part of that is because I've been making content for it. I've been streaming it 6 hours a night. But like, I don't think I could stream any other game as much as I've streamed that game and still be like sane. Okay, we got our Steel Infinite going. I'm sorry, but I'm also, I gotta tell you, I'm really not sorry. I'm sorry that I'm not sorry, as Ariana Grande would put it. Is that Ariana Grande? No, that's not Ariana Grande. Is it? Sorry, not sorry. Who? Baby, I'm sorry. And then I gotta... No, that's Demi Lovato. I got there. I know my pop music. You know, some people are very much, oh, I hate pop music. Pop music is garbage. I'm not that person. I keep an open mind. Honestly, my approach to things like that is definitely... If it's good for a reason. So like, if people like something, they probably like it for a reason. Someone's making waves in the industry, and there's like a ton of hype around them, there's probably a good reason for that. So I keep an open mind with, like, I'm glad I did, right? I kept an open mind when I was going through the era where I could have become oh, pop music is all garbage. If you like pop music, you must be a small brain imbecile, you know? I avoided being that person, which I'm very glad for now, because I would look back with great shame if there was a time in my life where I was, oh, pop music, well, no. There was a time where I was, you know, there's been a lot of times in my life where I've teetered on becoming, you know, like an internet asshole. I've talked about this with some of my friends before, where it's like, man, I think back and I'm like, wow, I was really close to just being like a real piece of garbage, you know? And I think it's, if you don't have a thought like that, you may think I'm about to go like, if you don't have a thought like that, I got bad news for you. You're an internet piece of garbage. I'm not going to make that implication. I would never say something like that to you. But mainly because, like, you know, I don't know your life. But there were definitely a lot of times where I could have found, if I had just like been less self-aware, I could have found myself as like an internet nice guy, or in all aspects, or in this moment I am euphoric. Dude, iconic, by the way. Not because of any phony god, but because of my own intellect. Iconic copy pasta. The best copy pastas online are made by people who mean whatever they're saying wholeheartedly. Do I feel a little bad making fun of those people? I do feel a little bad. I feel like a little mean when I I don't even know if I would call it making fun of them, right? But I feel a little bad when I talk about those guys. You know, not so much the internet nice guys. Internet nice guys are like, just generally, I don't want to say for sure, but like they are generally just like bad people who feel like women are just, insert niceness, become sexed. Dude, I sometimes I wonder about myself and these words that I say. Insert niceness and become sexed. That's the best way I could have put that. I think that's the most eloquent and just the easiest way for me to get my point across. I don't think there's any other way I could have gotten the words that I was trying to say translated into real words. You know what I'm noticing about having druids and armored knight right now? I mean, you're probably noticing it as well. It's fucking tough. 33 population of, or 30 population is just 9 total units, 333. I'm gonna put down a lot more guards. Anyway, I don't know if I think that it's okay to hold the opinion like. No, I don't think it's okay. I'm sorry. I was about to. I'm very non-committal in my opinions when I'm saying something about a type of person, you know, because I don't like. I'm very careful, not because like. I don't want to make generalizations. I almost snap-picked the defect, but then I remembered I don't have to get slayers, ladies and gentlemen. I don't have to get slayers. Is there a theoretical world where conscript is profitable? No. It's just, so for conscript to be profitable, maybe. No. I said in an earlier episode that I think restaurant's one of the worst cards in the game. That was wrong. Because it's not conscript, right? There's a piece of me that is like, man, but think of the fucking title. Think of the title I could make out of this one. Is conscript a reasonable card? That'll be the title of the episode where they force conscript on me without me getting a choice. Upgrade armored knight, give him his chance to shine. You know, I'm very non-committal with my opinions on the internet though, because I don't want to make vast sweeping generalizations, because that's, you know, another word for making a vast sweeping generalization is called stereotyping, and I try to avoid it wherever possible because, you know, it's not a good thing to do in any context. But if you're the type who's like, oh well, I have been nice to female, now give me the sex. Like, come on, dude. Take like 5 seconds to look inward and realize that what you're doing is just like dehumanizing and also rude. Yeah, we got a wall anyway. Moving on from this line of reasoning though. It's like, how did I get here? You see, I've been focusing on becoming better at maintaining a train of thought. Right. I was able to take that to the logical conclusion, which is a good sign for me because I've been working hard on making it so that when I go off topic on things like that, I'm able to like finish the thought more or less. I'm a little like concerned when I go off topic like that. On the one hand, maybe I should just keep it to talking about the game, but on the other hand, like, is there anything interesting about me just sitting here cycling through experiments, Battlecry Steel? I don't think so. Often the reason that I go off topic like this and just talk about something else is because I don't really think it's very interesting when I just sit here and go, all right, well, I'm gonna just play. There's like, you know what I'm doing. You know what's going on the screen. I'm doing a Steel Infinite and just generating a lot of money and hoping that I get a way to make my population work. I've said, I mean, let me know, right? Your opinions matter greatly in this matter. I'm trying to tailor my content in a way. I'm trying to make something that I would watch, more or less. Like if you're with me right now, I hope that you're with me not just because you like Ratropolis, right? I hope that you're with me because, you know, you enjoy listening to me drone on for whatever reason. Be it, you know, for whatever reason you enjoy listening to me talk about inane garbage. Because really, at the end of the day, what does my opinion matter? The answer is not much. what I think on matters is irrelevant. Nothing, like, I try to keep my head screwed on straight, basically. I don't think that by me going, hey, don't be an internet nice guy, because it's a toxic mindset that's ruining yourself. I don't think any of you listening to this are going to hear that and go, ah, I understand, right? I don't think any of you are. But you know, if you are, maybe just take a moment to look inward and ask yourself if your views are really the best. And you can do that like outside of, like, just, well, I think the biggest thing that makes me who I am is I spend a lot of time going, man, I spend a lot of time self-reflecting, I guess, and making sure that, like, you know, hey, how were my interactions today? Could I have done them better, more or less? How's Druid? I think that here's the thing about this run. Let me give you a little insight on how I'm feeling. Holy shit, it's been 16 minutes in this episode so far. When I get going on a tangent like this, I'm like, the time just melts away. Let me give you a little insight on how I'm feeling about the Druid, because I've been watching the Druid for the last 13 waves, seeing like, all right, how's the Druid doing? The Druid is strong. I think Druid is very strong. I think that as a mid-range unit, she's just really, really powerful. Am I gonna lose my gold? No, I don't think I need to right now. I'm just gonna hold off, right? I can lose it and then be back to going. I should have just lost it. I can lose it and then just be back going pretty quick, more or less. But Druid is really strong, but I'm having trouble getting a handle on how good the Armored Knight is. I'm gonna give him a few shoe markets. I mean, I'm gonna grab shoe markets just to try and give him a little bit more speed to get out there. No, I think Druid's very strong, but I don't know how she does in 20 to 30, more or less. But like, if you stack up enough Druids, they'll just lock a wave down like we're seeing. They'll never even get touched. Yeah, like I don't think these guys even got touched. I didn't see it though. I need to figure out what path I'm gonna want to go on, because I'm gonna end up on this path almost every time. At the way I'm going, I'll take the advisor here. Oh, that sucks. That just sucks. I'm gonna keep taking houses. The market you can make a great argument for, but excuse me, I'm gonna just take houses. Oh, yeah. All right. Yeah, no way. No way we're doing anything else there. Hell yeah. Now I will maybe need to lose my gold, but like, yeah, we've won. I don't know if I've taken Slums on the Ratropolis series here, actually. I don't think I have, so there's a decent title for this one. Ah, House Slums. Someone in my chat when I was playing Ratropolis on stream a lot gave me this piece of, gave me their feelings on Slums. And I think it's a really strong argument for Slums, which is better to have than not have, more or less. I think that's a very fair assessment. I'm gonna go ahead and get rid of Potter here. I think that Slums is very much when it's good, it's really, really, really good. Like in this case, losing my tax income isn't that big of a deal. The only thing I need to watch out for is I need to be sure that if I lose all my gold, I'm not at 0 tax. That's something that's very important to keep in mind. But this is gonna give me a very strong army. Oh, the Druid is really bad against bosses. I didn't think of that. These are two units that really rely on their power comes from their ability to crowd control. And units like that are worthless against bosses. Although not so much this boss, because this boss's strength comes from the fact that he makes everyone else really strong and fast, right? Which does not matter if I have 8 Druids stacked up. Yeah, this is exactly right about the Druid, I think. The Druid is really strong in mass. Like on mass, I think the Druid is almost unkillable in regular waves. However, against bosses, not so much. Cannot take territory expansion, so I'm just gonna upgrade. The slum upgrade is really bad, I think, because it doubles the tax loss while only giving you 1 more population. Might give a Druid upgrade a go. I'm gonna upgrade Battlecry actually. It feels real bad since the nerf, but I still think it's right to do. You know, I think I was on a train of thought, but I just kind of let it go. And if you want, in conclusion, I guess, would be, you know, just put forth effort to be the best person you can. That's my closing thought on this. Put forth effort to be the best person you can. I think it's, you know what, I'm just gonna take enemy wave period here. Yeah, there's no reason to lose my gold. I'm just gonna take enemy wave period. I'm gonna cash in this forbidden trade and we're gonna move on. Oh, are they hitting me from both sides? I keep not noticing the words are not working for me today. The old brain is giving me trouble. I'm having trouble noticing the wave indicator. Druid is very strong in waves 10 through 20. Like, so look at this. This is very much strength. 8 druids and they don't even reach you. Do I want a card? Nah. Although, you know what I've never taken? I've never taken Shrine. Never in my life have I taken Shrine. Why not? Well, I think it sucks. I think it really, really sucks. Like, I think it's really, really, really bad. But I'm gonna give it its chance. This is your chance to prove me wrong, Shrine. Create a random card. Oh yeah. Guards upgrade is pretty meh, but whatever. You know, closing thoughts though. Just kind of try to. I think for me, I just try to make sure that I'm always doing my best. That would be the right way to put it. Just try to make sure you're always doing your best. It doesn't matter how good your best is, just that it is your best. That's my hot take slash 3 a.m. life advice for you. Or 8:30 a.m. life advice, I guess. I think, where was I going with that? I don't know. I think I was going somewhere with it. Well, I think here I want to remove forbidden trade, but I can't just throw 3,870 gold away. I'll take a house. It's fine. Would not mind a way to heal as well. Give my armored knights a little more survivability. Should also watch my gold. There's a lot to do, but there's also like there's not a lot to do, if that makes sense. There's a lot of things I can be doing here, but also it doesn't really need to be done. I think the biggest change in my play has been my willingness to take the enemy wave time option. I would never have taken that in the past. Also, if you want to be very nitpicky about my play here, I could be getting slightly more soul by using my hero power like here, right? I will never do this, but I want you to know that I know I can do that. Again, I want to remove forbidden trade, but it's hard to throw that kind of money away. How else am I feeling today? You know, I'm feeling real good. I've been doing a little variety on the stream instead of just funneling into Slay the Spire, because I've been feeling like I kind of want to do a little bit of a change. And I played FTL today. FTL, extremely great game. But the most shocking thing, ooh, that was close. Shouldn't have grabbed this totem, it was not worth the risk. What I should grab is I should make sure I grab the wall. FTL, another game, if you haven't played it, really good. like an excellent game. I cannot recommend it highly enough. But the most incredible thing happened to me, which is, so I've been trying a bunch of variety. Basically what we're gonna do is I'm going to play, I played like 3 or 4 different games to give people a feel. I was gonna play more games and then I had PC troubles. But I played Stardew Valley, FTL, and one other game. What was the other game? Oh, They Are Billions, which is a game that's not new to the stream, but new to most people that are on the stream. I played They Are Billions a very long time ago. I need to take this event. What is this? Donate a card. Ah, I cannot donate them a card. Armored Knight isn't terrible. You know, I don't think Armored Knight's great, but I don't think he's awful. But today's the end of the variety, more or less. Well, what I'm doing is I'm moving to 3 days on the weekend of Slay the Spire. I will carry out the will of the people. And I'm doing the other 4 days of the week on whatever game that wins the variety vote. So I'm going to put a straw poll in my Discord if you want to vote on it. Even though, you know, if you want to vote on it, go for it. You probably don't care though, because like, why would you? You're watching the YouTube, not the stream. But if you want to vote on it, go for it. Right? I don't care. It's going to be open to anyone to vote for. And I'm going to put on the games that I played, and I'm going to put on like a few other games that I've had my eye on, like Sekiro and what's another one? Probably maybe City Skylines, and some other ones that people have suggested to me as well. But yeah, I played FTL today, and I haven't played that game in a very long time. The most amazing thing happened to me though. I won a run. I was never very good at that game. I lost most of my runs of it. So I was very, very surprised when everything came together and I won like my 4th or 5th run of the night. I don't know, probably a few more runs than that, but time is an illusion and also a construct. What is time? I don't know. I felt like it's fucking 6 p.m. every day when it's 7 p.m. because of daylight savings time. It is a horrible practice and I hate it. Outlaw daylight savings time, please. If you're a congressman and you're listening to this, remove daylight savings time. Who thought that was a good idea? And these early waves, Druid also seems to hold them down pretty well. What does Destroyer do? It just 50% increased stun duration of his attack. It's a pretty long stun. This is definitely a bit of a stranger army comp than I'm used to though. Right, you got Armored Knight, Druid, Guards. This isn't really my natural. This isn't my most common. Oh, I almost fucked up. Oh no, that's a house. That's not slums. Never mind. Yeah, I think I'm gonna probably go up to like, I think I'm gonna stay at 10 Druids. I'm just gonna buff up my Armored Knights and Guards population now. Well, 11 Druids on this side, but you know. Yeah, like the idea here is basically just with the number of druids, they're gonna get really well softened up by the time they reach the guards, and the guards are just gonna clear them out with Battle Cry. It's a strong combo, I think. Experiments Battle Cry. Oh god, that's not good. All right, I wasn't punished, but my misclick almost cost me dearly. You know, I feel like my commentary is very inconsistent because I'm inconsistent, right? Some days I get in here and I'm ready to go. I'm ready to just, oh yeah, you know what? I'm gonna cash this in. All right, I guess I'll take 5,100 gold. Some days I sit down and I have a good thought and I run with it. And some days I sit down and I have no idea what I'm going to talk about whatsoever. Which is also fine, right? I don't mind focusing on the game from time to time as well. I also think that some runs are more requiring my focus than others, right? Like this is a run, I've done Steel Infinites so many times, I can probably do this with my eyes closed. I'm not gonna try, but in the past I have gone, I could do this with my eyes closed and then close my eyes and, you know, it didn't go well. I forgot about the invulnerability thing. I should have thrown that down during the boss fight, but I just forgot it was there. If you're thinking, oh, why didn't I use that during the boss fight? I forgot it existed. Much like a Taylor Swift song from her latest album, Lover. I forgot that you existed. Uh-oh. Okay. I'm never punished. Like, I have been very fortunate. I will open a parliament. Yeah, I guess I'll upgrade Druid. I didn't really need to open a parliament there. I think I should have gone. It doesn't matter. I have no idea. I need to look at all of the outcomes and see which one I want to get the most. Aid station's pretty nice. I think this is one of. I think this building. I don't know. I should say I don't know. But if I were to take a guess as to what the most slept on building is, I would guess it would be Aid Station. Because it's the building that I saw and I went, oh, healing your units? Who fucking cares? And I realized how much gold it saves you by not having to replace those units. And I went, oh, I care. I suddenly care about my unit's livelihood. 15, 15, 10. Okay, we're pretty good. You know, this one's just gonna cruise to the end. Just kind of kick my feet up, relax. Except not really, because then I would have to move the microphone and it'd be a whole thing. One day, I'm gonna get a standalone mic stand, and then the clicks are gonna be gone. No one's mentioned it lately, which is, you know, I don't care. I don't think anyone really cares, but I listen back some of these videos and I go, man, there's some pretty loud clicks in this thing. The clicks are they're very bassy. God, I need to use the shrine, but like I never want to. I'm gonna take syringe because I like the way it makes my units look. Upgrade on syringe? I mean, I may as well. Alright, now the hardest part. I gotta throw this on a boy. Ideally, I throw it on a guy who's, you know what? I'm gonna put down a test subject back here. I want to give it to one that's leveled up, but I can't tell which ones are leveled up. This is a thick boy. Holy moly. Look at the thickness. He's too dummy thick to sneak around anywhere. It's a good copy pasta. Yeah, I was talking a little bit about the stream, right? You know, it's fun. Variety is good. Variety is the spice of life, I should say. Especially with my tendency to just fall into routine. It's going to be nice to switch things up every now and then. Because the way I've been doing it is I would just do like, okay, we're going to play Slay the Spire for a little while, and then I'll just play like a big block of Slay the Spire. Play like a month or two of that game and nothing else. And I go, okay, you know, I'm going to take a break. I'm going to play Darkest Dungeon. Then we go play Darkest Dungeon for 3 weeks. Go back to something else. So having like a consistently rotating game, I think is going to be interesting. It also helps me with visibility, right? Because the way that I play Slay the Spire, it's kind of a finite market, right? There's only so many people who watch Slay the Spire consistently. And so most of them have probably seen me by now, and they have made their decision on whether or not they think my content is worth watching. Because I don't play the game to play well. I play the game to have fun. I play the game to just do dumb things and see how they play out. Extreme chaos, you know? I'm not afraid to... Oh, you don't draw the slum. That's weird. Wait, so you can't draw that? Oh, weird. Interesting. Okay. No, but I'm not playing it to like put down a 4-hour run where I win 7 in a row, which is the world record. And I say that with like maybe a bit of a negative sound in my tone. I don't want it to sound like that though, because if you have the patience for that, like hell yeah. I've talked about it a lot. It creates a cool narrative of like, oh yeah, I'm gonna pull myself up, learn the game, and we're gonna go on a journey to becoming one of the best players of this game ever. There's a few people who are doing that right now where they're just like generating a bit of buzz for themselves by putting down really strong showings. But you know, it takes like some of their runs when you're doing that kind of a win streak, it takes like 4 hours because you have to sit down and really think out how every single line plays out, right? You get offered one of 3 cards, you got to think about the ramifications of picking that card for the rest of the game. It's too much for me. Like I can't care that much is one thing, and the other thing is like I don't want to suffer the disappointment of going for like 3 wins in a row and then well, a bad draw order on the last boss, guess I'm just dead. I don't want to open myself up to that, because that's the sort of thing that I would have happen to me, and then I would just go, you know, I think I'm just gonna never play this game again. I'd much rather create the storyline of, hey, I did something really stupid and it worked out. Like, hey, I've got a bad idea, what if I did this? And then, you know, I do it, and then everyone goes, what are you doing? And then I die and they go, haha, look at this idiot. Or I win. Well, like they get like a little bit of catharsis. First time I've ever really gotten to use the word catharsis in a context that makes sense. But they get a little bit of like, man, he did something really stupid and he got punished for it. That feels nice. I wouldn't have done something stupid there. I would have done the right play. And, you know, it's fine to feel that way. I think it's fun to watch people fail from time to time. I mean, just look at it, right? Some of the most classic viral videos are watching people like a classic funny video is just watching someone fall over. I never really felt it for those, but like, you know, it's fun to watch people do something wrong and get what they deserve. But then sometimes you defy the odds and you win, right? I'm not trying to pose Slay the Spire as some sort of like extreme moral compass or anything like that. But, you know, you watch me make a stupid decision and then you go, haha, look at that fool. He made a dumb decision and he died. And it can be satisfying. Did I really gain? Holy shit, you gain a lot of gold from... Oh no, I gained some gold from the treasure box too. There's nothing left. We're done. Like this run, if you're wondering, this run is over. I've won. All I'm gonna do is I'm gonna even out my unit count. Slums, this episode is actually titled, man, how good are slums? The answer is pretty freaking good. But you have to make sure you're not gonna fucking brick your economy and just have to sit there for an entire wave, right? Make sure you have a plan to get your money back after you... Like, make sure you don't lose all your gold like I did without a plan. I had a plan. I was just gonna grab gold from that. And if I didn't, like, it wasn't gonna kill me, right? But if you end up bricking your economy and then you just have to sit there waiting for a treasure, like the next wave, that's a lot of time lost. Ratropolis, I don't make a whole lot of dumb decisions in Ratropolis because I don't know what the dumb decisions are. I mean, I do. I just stop myself from doing things like, oh, you know what? How good is conscript? Because I don't think that that dumb decision has any potential to lead to something interesting or exciting. So, for example, what's going to happen if I take conscript? It's just going to be a card that I don't play. It's not going to have any come from behind victory. I'm going to use a real world example from Slay the Spire. If you don't play Slay the Spire, I'm sorry, this example is not going to make much sense to you. But I took a run, I had a run, right? And I had 1,000 gold. I had Courier, which lets you buy multiples of an item from the shop. Like you can buy an item and it'll restock automatically. I had Membership Card, which automatically, or halves the cost of items in the shop. The reasonable choice is to buy as many relics as you can, giving yourself a lot of power through those relics. What I did was I went, hey, these cards are really cheap. What if I just bought every single card I could afford and then I got Mind Blast, which is a card that starts in your hand and does damage equal to the number of cards in your deck. And then, so instead of doing the good choice, I'm going to finally use Invulnerability, by the way. How good is Shrine? I mean, not very good, but you probably have to use it more than once to make it worthwhile. But no, I took that run to a win. Like I beat the game with that, and that's a story that I can tell forever. You know, that's a holy shit, it actually worked sort of moment. Whereas I don't think you can do that in Ratropolis, basically. But maybe I'll be wrong. Thanks for watching. Thanks for listening to me drone on for 40 minutes. If you made it all the way here, I appreciate it greatly. If you enjoyed, leave me a like. It helps out a ton. Subscribe for more. We got 2 Ratropolis episodes a day. And leave me a comment. I love reading them. Thank you for being here with me. I hope you have a great day. I'll see you at 6:30.